Uh, Today, we are supposed to finish with our aspectual sensitivity, and we are moving to grammatical aspect. What we were talking about so far was lexical aspect. Lexical aspect is aspectual meaning that is inside the lexeme, inside what we have in the dictionary, right? And grammatical aspect belongs to the morphology, yeah? And it is the viewpoint aspect, yeah? And I think that complicated example from Xenophon that we discussed at the last lesson can serve as an example how grammatical aspect influences lexical or adds to the lexical aspect. So that is what we're talking about today's grammatical aspect, actually. And I wanted to remind you that we discussed 5 situation types, action types: state, activity, accomplishment, achievement, self-active. And they have differences in their features: dynamic, durative, telic. Okay, this is going to be important. So, having established the 5 situation types and their diagnostic tests, inadverbials, forward verbals, take time, sub-interval, imperfective paradox. We now need to understand that the categories are not watertight. A predicate which normally describes one situation type can be coerced into a different type by contextual factors. Okay? Do you understand the term coercion? Shall I explain it?
Yes, please explain it. What you mean with that?
Well, coercion is when you force someone into doing something normally bad. Okay, it's a from the criminal world, actually. So our words, well, parts of their meanings, well, grammatical parts of their meanings, who are, so force the word into the meaning that they were not supposed to have. Okay, that's the coercion. Yeah, we're good here.
Yeah.
So what
Yes.
Mhm.
can you give an example?
Well, the example there, so like suddenly I knew the answer. Knowing is normally a state. But if
We're
you
going
add
to
the word,
discuss it. Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
if you add the
Mhm.
word suddenly, then it becomes an achievement.
I
That's
see.
we're going to discuss that, okay? I mean, right. I just wanted to say that coercion is triggered if there is a conflict between the aspectual character of the eventuality description and the aspectual constraints of some other element in the context. Yeah, so you add a word and it changes the aspect. So, well, in fact, aspectual distinctions have been of considerable interest in the formal analysis of tense and aspect, and precisely because of those coercion effects and the mismatches they generate. So, first example is state coerced to achievement. The inhaltive reading. Yeah, suddenly I knew the answer. The adverb suddenly emphasizes the starting point of a state, coercing the stative predicate know into an achievement reading. the onset of knowing. Yeah. So know is a state, but we add this adverb, and in the context, the state changes into an achievement.
What did you
Yeah.
say earlier about the conflict of the aspects? That
I mean,
coercion is when the aspect of a verb
well, we have a stative meaning in the
hmm
structure of the meaning of the verb know.
hmm
Yeah. This is the aspectual character of the eventuality description. And we have this word suddenly, which has its own aspectual constraints. So
Okay.
we join them and we get a conflict. And coercion is triggered. So
Okay.
change into another situation type is triggered. Okay.
And this time the
Mhm.
changes into an achievement.
State into achievement, right? Suddenly I knew the answers. The change of state into achievement. Second example is for accomplishment coerced into activity. When a for adverbial specifies a time too short for a full accomplishment to be completed, the predicate is coerced to an activity. William recited the Iliad for a few minutes. Since the full recitation of the Iliad takes many hours, the for adverbial imposes a duration clash. You cannot read the Iliad in a few minutes. And this forces an activity reading. William carried out reciting the Iliad type activity for a few minutes with no implication of completion.
So if you change the sentence to William recited
If you put a full stop after Iliad, William recited the Iliad. If you take out the for adverbial,
I see what you're saying.
that would be an accomplishment.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there is a way to keep accomplishment.
So William recited the Iliad in 12 hours.
Right. Yeah, I guess I'm just thinking about the for adverbial and seeing like William recited his lines of the Iliad for a few minutes. I guess he's still not finished his lines because it's not an accomplishment.
Well, recited a part.
Yeah.
If finished this part, this is an accomplishment.
Yeah, William recited a part of the Iliad for a few minutes. Then it's
For a few minutes, still activity. Yeah, you still cannot finish it in a few minutes.
You have to be in a few minutes.
Yeah, you need in adverbial for its staying in accomplishment. Yeah. Okay. The reverse also occurs when a for adverbial specifies a time longer than the normal duration of an accomplishment. We get an iterative reading. For example, John played the sonata for about 8 hours. The most natural interpretation is that he played it over and over in an iterative activity, a telic with no natural endpoint. Okay? So he played this short song for a day.
Yeah.
Okay, now next is achievement coerced to habitual state. Yeah, the train arrived late for months. Yeah, an achievement modified by a long durational forward verbal receives a habitual reading. Yeah, the train arrived late for months. The train always or usually arrived late during those months. A habitual situation. Yeah, it is a kind of state, this habitual situation. Yeah, it's a type of state. And yeah. So, right. What else? We have aspectual sensitivity. This term is used to describe the phenomenon where a tense or aspect marker imposes selectional restrictions on the situation type it can describe. We in the Aktionsart of a predicate, action type of the predicate, clashes with the selectional restriction of a marker or adverbial. Coercion produces a new reading. Okay. The French passé simple imparfait contrast, provides a clear grammaticized example. The passé simple occurs only with bounded situations. The imparfait occurs only with unbounded ones. When the passé simple is used with a stative predicate, the sentence is coerced into either an ingressive reading, like Anne became sad, or a reading where the state is temporally bounded. Anne was sad for a time. Yeah, temporally bounded. This same mechanism we can find actually in Greek in aorist versus imperfect. Right? And in Hebrew, katal versus ichtol in past narrative. The aspectual sensitivity of these forms drives the interpretation of otherwise ambiguous predicates. Okay, so we get the reading out of the aspectual meaning of the tense. Yeah, in those languages where tenses carry this spectral meaning. There are languages where aspect goes a bit separately. Yeah, there are languages where those aspectual parts of meaning are carried by tense system, and there are languages where it is carried by aspect system. For example, in Slavic languages, we have lexical aspectual differences and much less tense differences. And in French and in English, those aspectual moments are carried on by different tenses, like present perfect, past perfect, present simple, past simple.
So are you saying that the tenses, how it is, I don't really follow what you're trying to say about
We'll see later, okay? Keep your question later. Maybe I'll be able to answer it.
Sorry, I also have a question.
Yeah?
Maybe you mentioned and I missed it, but here it presents achievement and accomplishment. Are not the same thing? What's the difference?
Not
For example, stay
quite.
achievement.
That's why I brought this here, and we're going to discuss it, I hope. Yeah, achievement is not durative.
Mm.
Accomplishment, it's like accomplishment is a process that have an end point. Achievement is something where we came. Yeah, we're talking about this end
Okay.
point, more or less.
When
So
with
the
No.
different is in this feature over here.
what about when for the verb die? I mean,
Mhm.
someone in English we're often might say, I'm going to go visit my father. He's dying, which means that he's ill and it's extremely unlikely that he will recover.
Exactly.
It's a process, like it's a process, but the word die there is being referred to as it seems like seems very strange to say, but an accomplishment because it's the end, like when the
I mean,
death actually happens.
Well,
yeah, I would say
uh,
that that's just using it in a different sense. Then it's almost like an activity, isn't it?
yeah, look, we have the grammatical aspect coercing one situation type
Mm,
into another.
yeah, yeah,
If you
yeah,
say he died, yeah,
Yeah.
it is one situation type, and he was dying. We
yeah,
apply this
yeah.
aspectual thing,
It
and we
becomes
get,
activity.
yeah, it becomes activity. No, well, yeah. He uh,
State. I don't
he
know.
if we use perfect here, think for an example for me, with die, then that would be accomplishment. Yeah, I cannot think of it in present perfect, but
He has died,
He
and
has
that's
died.
yeah, he has died. He has died. Um, he has died. We can put full stop here, right?
Hmm.
So in perfect, we have this process that is finished by the time.
yeah,
And he was dying is an activity.
mm,
Yeah. And he died is an achievement.
yeah,
So we discussed it for the first time at the last lesson. We discussed lexical aspect. Yeah, what is inherently in the meaning, in the dictionary
mm,
meaning. And now we're discussing nuances that are given by the grammatical aspect, the
yeah,
tenses.
yeah.
Yeah. So that is the difference. Right.
Mm.
But
So
dictionaries don't necessarily cover all those nuances.
no, of course not. I mean, a dictionary, normally a good dictionary covers lexical aspect. Yeah. But again, as we were talking about it, sometimes lexical aspect is appears in a verb phrase, not just in
Hmm.
the verb alone. Yeah, he's saying madrigals is one thing, is telic, and he was singing. Yeah, sing in itself is italic. Right, but I mean, you should look at the verb phrase, not just to the verb itself. Yeah, the
Yeah.
context means a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here we see the grammatical thing. Yeah, died, has died, was dying, adds yet another layer and can change situation type. And this is called aspectual sensitivity. Right. Okay. What I must tell probably, I was going to remind you that Aktionsart action type is the internal temporal shape of predicates, lexical aspect. And agentivity, we're going to talk about agentivity, is a property of an argument that acts, well, this argument, this subject probably, acts as an intentional doer of an action, someone who has volition, control, and the capacity to be the initiator of an event. Then it would be agent. Okay? Right. In the grammatical sense, the agent or actor as a syntactical role and semantic role is simply the argument that causes or initiates an event, which may include inanimate causes, like the branch broke the window, the storm destroyed the roof.
Yeah.
They are inanimate, but still they're agentive enough. This is the broad sense. There is a narrow sense when we call agent only animate people. Yeah, but the broad sense is relevant to thematic role assignment and grammatical subject selection. So inanimate can be agents as well. Right. And there is a certain interaction between agentivity and Aktionsart. Both properties are real but distinct. Agentivity concerns argument structure, whether the subject is an intentional agent, while Aktionsart concerns temporal contour, the shape of the event. But they correlate in consistent and diagnostically useful ways. Yeah. The general principle is signs of agentivity correlate with Aktionsart to such an extent that tests which really signal agentivity were for a long time included as tests for Aktionsart, though they are different. The key generalization is accomplishment and activities, processes may be agentive. Achievements and states are not agentive. They happen to us without being under our control or attainable by effort or intention. Okay, and we have 4 standard agentivity tests to distinguish these classes. First is complement of persuasion. Jones persuaded him to eat the pie. Good? Good. Accomplishment. Jones was persuaded to notice the mark. Okay? Notice the mark. I noticed the mark over there. I passed by and I noticed that. No one can persuade me to notice it. I would either notice it or not. Yeah, I passed by, I noticed it, or I didn't notice. So Jones was persuaded to notice the mark, doesn't work. Because it is an achievement, notice the mark. Jones persuaded the couple to be happy.
Mm. Right,
Yeah,
no.
no. It is a state. To be
Right.
happy is a state. A state is not adjunctive, so you cannot persuade anyone to be
Mm.
happy.
Mm.
Right. This is the first test. Now, you can add adverbs deliberately or carefully. Jones deliberately ate the pie.
Mm. Yeah.
Right? Good accomplishment. Jones deliberately noticed the mark.
No. Mm.
Achievement. The couple were happy deliberately. State. Okay. The third thing is imperative. Eat the pie. Good. Notice the mark. Be happy. Okay. And the fourth one is what X did. Construction. What Jones did was eat the pie.
Mm.
Works. What Jones did was recognize the woman. Notice the mark. Doesn't work. What the couple did was be happy. No. State. Right. So these tests are applicable across all languages. Yeah,
Mm.
and they provide a very useful secondary check when the verbal tests alone are ambiguous. Walter actually asked me two lessons ago if we should apply all the tests. No, we shouldn't. I was slow with the answer then, but not every time one test or two tests give us a perfect answer. Yeah, disambiguation.
Mm.
Sometimes, for example, the verbal tests are ambiguous. You don't hear that if that is wrong or not.
Mm.
Maybe yes, maybe no, right? And then you can apply additional tests and check.
Mm.
For example, those 4 tests that I mentioned now. Yeah, so what does it mean that tests are ambiguous? We cannot understand the action type for sure.
Mm.
Yeah, we're not certain. So we can apply additional tests. Right. Okay. Okay. That I did. Now,
Can you, I mean, I know that you gave us some examples, but I think it's just helpful like when there's a written example to think about to help like understand the concept more from the
which
last slide.
examples do you need?
Well, just the like the tests for checking the
Those 4 testers?
agentivity.
Yeah, we have 4 testers here. Persuade. John persuaded me to eat the cake, the pie. John persuaded me to cook pasta. John persuaded me to go to the cinema. Attentive. John
So
persuaded
it's
me
agentive
to sleep.
because you have uh
Because it makes sense
John,
to say that you can persuade someone to do something, to eat
yeah.
something, to cook. But if you're in you can't persuade someone to be in a state. You can't persuade someone to be happy.
Yeah.
You either are happy or aren't, I guess.
This is
Um,
this is hard to digest in the context of daily language usage because we persuade people to be in a state. But I
Yeah.
know that we're in a context of grammar maybe things that we do in regular life, like the rules of life, does not apply to the rules of grammar. And yeah, it's hard to have what is a dividing line to
You
understand.
cannot persuade anyone to be happy. You can persuade them to think they're happy. And
Okay.
think that they're happy is agentive. But to be happy is a state and it's not agentive.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the psychology of life and marriage, for example. Yeah, you might think you're happy in marriage, but you still something goes wrong, and there's tension and anything, and in fact, inside you're not happy. Even if you think, yeah, that's your state. State cannot be forced, more or less. I don't know if this
So
makes
what is the
sense.
difference between you saying that state can't be forced, but state can be influenced? Because I would say if we were persuading someone to be happy, like the
Well, okay,
essence.
I think maybe happy is not the best example, but let's say fat or thin. You can persuade someone to eat less. You can't persuade
Yeah.
them to be thin, right? Like the state of being thin is
Yeah,
not something.
that's a good example.
That's impossible.
Right,
So,
you can't persuade anyone to be thin.
hmm
but the activity of eating less, you can persuade someone to eat less, right?
Good example. Okay. Um, one moment.
I mean, you can persuade someone to be healthy, though. What do you see as the difference there?
You cannot persuade anyone to be healthy. You can persuade people um, to do certain actions to be healthy.
Hmm
It's not like
To jog,
indirect.
to
It's,
will to once again.
Like the persuasion to be healthy is not direct. Like it's indirect. So, I don't know, eating healthier
Right.
food or sleeping a good amount of hours. Like those are the
Right.
persuasion.
And those are all
And
activities, right?
yeah, and they are attentive.
Yeah.
I guess maybe what I'm thinking is you can persuade somebody to want to be thinner
And
or
Yeah.
want is
healthier,
attentive.
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
What's
you're subject of your wanting.
yeah.
Uh, right. Okay. Mm, so now we have to go to the difference between lexical and grammatical types of accent. Yeah. So lexical or predicate aspect is a property of a basic uninflected predicate. Yeah, that's what I meant by dictionary meaning.
Mhm.
Yeah, but the definition is basic uninflected predicate, uninflected. And we considered morphological aspect, which is expressed in the morphology of the verb. Yeah. Unlike tense, aspect does not locate the event on the timeline, and it is combined with a separate expression of tense. Yeah. So we have tense and we have aspect. Now, aspect can be said to present the reported event or state of affairs as if viewed either from inside the event in progress or outside the event as a whole. So aspect gives us a viewpoint. Right. And we have, well, there were two categories, core categories, topic time and situation time. Topic time is TT, situation time is TSIT. And when we're talking about perfective aspect, situation time is contained within topic time. And when we're talking about a perfective aspect, topic time is contained within the situation time, vice versa. Right. And these are truth conditional claims, in fact. So that different aspect forms can be differently true or false of the same event. Yeah. Let's look at the examples. The Iranians were building a nuclear weapons. Yeah, could be true even if the weapon was never completed. The perfective form, the Iranians built a nuclear weapon, would be false if it's not completed.
Yeah.
So different true, false, different truth conditional claims. So one form. Okay, yeah. The event is the same, right? But we'll look at it from different points. And from one point, it's true. From another point, it's false.
Oh, can you repeat what is the meaning of these symbols? T, stit, and T.
Okay.
What also the meaning of this symbol? Like it's like you
contained within.
Oh, contained within. Okay.
So situation time is inside topic time, or topic time is inside situation time. These are logic operators and symbols, and in semantics they are used a lot. Right. But what we take away from here, forget about those logic symbols, just that grammatical aspect gives us a viewpoint. Yeah, and that different, the same event from different viewpoints can be differently true or false. Right. Now I'm going to give you more operators, math. This is math of meaning. If it is difficult, it's okay. Normally it's difficult. If you're good at math, should be very easy. Okay, so this is tense logic. We treat tense as an operator analogous to modal operators. And just as modality breaks a statement into its non-modal content and the worlds in which it is evaluated, tense breaks a statement into its tenseless content and times at which it is evaluated. So we have different times. Let's say time t and time t star. Right? These are two different times. Like on the timeline, here would be one of them, t, and here would be another one, t star, for example, or vice versa. Right, and we define Okay. Let's start from the example. Fido beat Benny. Fido is a dog, for example. Benny is a boy. Is true at time star at a certain time
Mhm.
if and only if there is a time, another time t, earlier than time t star,
Yeah.
such that Fido bites Benny is true at time t.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is the formal representation for the past.
Yeah.
Past for the predicate bite with arguments Fido and Benny, F
Yeah.
and B,
Yeah.
is true at time star if and only if there is, this is, there exists such
Yeah.
time t,
Yeah.
such as this time t
Before.
happens earlier
Mm.
than t star.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this predicate bite happens and this earlier t time.
Yeah.
Okay. If that's difficult,
Sorry.
that should be.
In which moment the dog bite Fido bite Benny in T
T.
or T star?
T.
Yeah.
In T. Okay.
Okay. We've got time t when Fido bites Benny. Yeah. So this function is true at that time t.
Okay.
Yeah. So it did. It does bite.
It was the moment when the event happened.
Yeah. There was this moment t that this event happened. Yeah. And this moment t happens earlier than another moment, this moment, another time, another moment.
Future than the moment in which the beating happened or the bite happened.
Okay. T is the time when this bite happened. Yeah. So this function is true. It happened at that time. For this time, this function is true. Fido is biting Benny at that time. Yeah, at 10 p.m., Fido is biting Benny. Yeah, then, okay, let's say this is 10 p.m., 10 a.m. in the morning. Then let's look at 1 p.m. Yeah, this is another moment, another time, and we call it T star. So this is 1 p.m. This one is 10 a.m. and this one is 1 p.m. So 10 a.m. happened earlier than 1 p.m., right? That's what we mean over here. T is less than T star. One time happened earlier than another time. Right. And at this T star time, yeah, okay. Past of bite is defined, is true, is defined for 1 p.m. for T star if and only if there was this time, 10 a.m., when Fido was biting Benny. So, I mean, Benny can be beat by Fido at 1 p.m. only if at 10 a.m. Fido was biting. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good. If you don't understand that, that's formal logic. It's okay. I mean, it needs time to digest. But this is the way we present it mathematically.
Yeah.
So you're saying that, I mean, you're just making a formula for presenting
Past.
sequences.
Mhm. Yeah. So present of love, I don't know, Connie to Michael is true at certain time, 1 p.m., if and only if this is happening at this time, at the same time, 1 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, then it would be presence.
Yeah.
Present. And future, for example, Benny, the same boy Benny, is kicking Fido after he beat him. So we have this function, kick Benny Fido. Benny kicks Fido. And future of this predicate can be written as this function, and this function is true at 1 p.m. at this certain time, if and only if there is such a time, 10 a.m.
No, later
Sorry,
time.
Vice versa. Yeah, later time. Okay, this one is A, AM, 10 a.m., and T here is PM.
Yeah.
So if and only if there is a such time T, 1 p.m., such as T star, 10 a.m., happens before T, 1 p.m. And at this time, T, 1 p.m., Benny was kicking Fido. Yeah, so this function was true.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So
yes, understandable.
You'll think about it. You'll see it's really the way we can define it just disambiguatively, without any doubt, just in one way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is a complication, of course, a lot of complications to that. A lot of complications to that. This analysis is really weak for the simple past tense. And Barbara Party in 1973 came up with this famous example, I didn't turn off the stove. It cannot simply mean there was no time at which I turned off the stove. Too strong. And it cannot mean there was some past time at which I didn't turn off the stove. This is too weak, trivially satisfied by every moment before the speaker was born. So we have this complication.
Mm.
So simple past refers to contextually identifiable time,
Yeah.
not just any past time.
Mm.
And this separates simple past, which is definite time, from present perfect, indefinite time. Ooh. And we come to the timeline. Which time? We come to the three times. It's called Reichenbach's three times. Event time, reference time, speech time.
Mm.
Okay? Speech time, time of utterance, the time when those words are pronounced. Reference time is contextual identified anchor of a sort. By noon, by 1 p.m., Benny was beat by Fido. And event time or situation time is when this actually happened. At 10 a.m., Fido beat Benny. Okay, so for example, Molly is leaving at 10:30. Tom got there at noon, but Molly had left at 10:30. Okay? The event, Molly's leaving at 10:30, is located relative to the reference time R. Reference time is noon, Tom's arrival, when Tom got there. Yeah, Tom got there at noon, but before that, Molly had left. But Tom's arrival is itself in the past relative to the speech time. When we are talking about it, Tom has already arrived.
Yeah.
This happened in the past. So it is a two-step structure. Event E happens before reference time R, and reference happens before S. And this type signals us about past perfect.
Yeah.
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 If we have this situation in English, we need past perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
An example?
Molly had left. Yeah. Oh, okay. Tom arrived. Here's Tom. Tom arrived at again 1 p.m. But Molly left at 10:30. Yeah. Here's Molly. And we're talking about it over here at 3 p.m.
I like this. This is really good for teaching, because I teach in the past, I've taught
I know, right?
tenses in languages, and yeah, and like, you can explain it in like normal language, but this is quite a good way of explaining it, sort of logic, like with kind of, more mathematically, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is speech time. This is reference time. And this is event time when Molly left. When Molly left? Molly left by Tom's arrival. And we are talking about it at 3 p.m. Yeah. And this situation, which is written as okay, I've got it here, ERS, signals about past perfect. Simple past is when we have event and reference coincided,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
speech time after that.
Yeah. Yeah.
She left. Present perfect. Event in the past and reference and speech time coincide. She has left by now. Yeah. Simple present, everything in one place. At the same time, we have a reference point and we speak about it. Simple future, speech time in present, but reference and event at the same time in the future. She will leave. This happens. This will happen in the future, some hours later, after we were talking about it. Yeah, past perfect is ERC, and future perfect is CER.
Yeah.
What about what's the other one that's not simple with aspects?
Say it again.
If the aspect is not simple, what's the other name for the aspect?
This is a table of tenses. Yeah, tenses, three types of tenses, and they interact when we speak. Yeah,
Mhm.
and mhm.
Okay. What do I mean? What about is it the same for the imperfect or present progressive?
Uh, okay. What's the difference between past simple and past progressive? This is actually an aspectual difference, yeah, not a tense difference. So tense and aspect interact.
Right.
She was leaving. We get plus durative. Yeah, we get this feature plus do here. Yeah, everything is the same, but we get aspectual part over here.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So it's not related to understanding the ERS.
I guess
I don't
they
quite
stay.
understand.
I guess the point they stay the same. If you go back to the previous slide, the ERS they stay the same
Yeah.
in the imperfect. You just add
If
the
you change the
duration.
aspects. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the interaction thing. Okay. That we did. What we did. And so present perfect gives us this definite indefinite contrast. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So I have moved expresses the indefinite time. I moved the definite. Yeah, this actually explains the present time adverbial constraint on the English present perfect, since event time is merely known to precede reference and speech time, which coincide. No specific past time is identified for simple past, and past time adverbials yesterday, last week, specific past for present perfect. Moment. Which could specify a definite event time. Yeah, past time adverbials are incompatible with present perfect. Yeah, have you read the paper yesterday? A mistake, right? Because yesterday fixes the event time.
Yes.
Yeah, and perfect leaves event indefinite.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you read the paper today? Have you read the paper this week? Today, this week extends to the present, including speech time.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's wrong with have you read the paper today?
No, that's right. That's right.
Oh,
That's
I
right.
see. Oh,
Have you
okay.
read the paper today is correct because today extends to the present,
I see. I see.
including speech time.
Yeah.
The right way to ask yesterday or last week shouldn't be perfect. Should it be simple past?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the English present perfect is a result state reading. Yeah. Or hot news reading or continuous state reading.
Mm.
And they all, those three readings, result state, hot news, continuous state, all derive from the single structure ERS.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
So, time. Now, I was going to discuss examples now before we start with the test. I guess we're not be able to finish the test, the quiz in class. Maybe part of it goes for homework. But let's look here. Bara Elohim et Shamayim.
Mm.
Yeah, Bereshit, Bara Elohim et Shamayim. I had a different screenshot probably. Okay. So is Bara an accomplishment or achievement? Don't look over there.
I think it's an accomplishment
Yeah, I was going to say
Why?
that.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Explain.
because it requires like work doing to fulfill it.
Mhm. Yeah. So you can divide it into features. Yeah. Achievement are telic and instantaneous.
Yeah. And accomplishment
Accomplishments.
is duration as well.
Yeah, exactly. Durative event with an endpoint accomplishment.
Yeah.
So we diagnose here with durative versus punctual.
Yeah.
Yeah. In some languages, accusative helps get to this meaning, but not in Hebrew.
Mm.
Hebrew is just that's why I crossed this out.
Mm.
Right now, Greek hologos, sarx agenito.
Mm.
Yeah, what do you think? Situation type?
What are we choosing between?
So, like, is it a state or
You think
yeah?
state, activity,
Mm.
achievement, accomplishment,
I guess it's activity.
semifactal.
I would say it's
Okay.
achievement.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, you're right.
How do you
Achievement.
diagnose it?
Yeah. So it's telic and what's the other
And
one?
punctual.
Yeah.
Yeah, not durative.
Yeah.
It's an achievement.
Yes.
Okay. And Reichenbach tense diagram would be
So the ER and
RES.
then
Yeah, ERS.
yeah.
Ok, pugnavit cum galis per multas horas. One moment. One moment. Yeah, what is the situation time? Pugnavit, fight. Pugnare, fight. Per multas horas. Prolong. For
So is this an
long
activity?
hours.
Activity.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is an activity, and we can apply which test? For
For adverbial.
adverbial.
for adverbial. Per multas horas is a for adverbial.
Yeah.
Right. And the last one would be English. We'll already discuss it. Sorry. But
For question 3, is it telic or atelic? Has it finished?
It's atelic, I think.
For adverbials, favors,
Italic.
which predicates? Atelic. Yeah. So, per multas horas points to an atelic reading.
So is it if it's atelic, it's just describing the activity more than
Situation type. Yeah, it's part of describing situation type. We
in
have
Yeah, I
contrast.
see. Yeah, I see. Yeah.
one
Yeah,
moment.
In contrast to if it was just pugnavit cum galis, then how would that change? You could say it was telic, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So this is an activity. It's dynamic, it's durative, but it's atelic.
Yeah.
If it's telic, if you get
It would be
to
accomplishment. It would be
get telos,
accomplishment.
that
Yeah.
would be an accomplishment.
Right.
Like if he defeated the Gauls,
Yeah.
then that
Yeah.
would be an accomplishment.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Now I'd like you to go to workflow course. I actually put the test over there. I'll show it in a moment. Okay. Share this one, share. So over here, quiz 1.
Yeah.
You can download it, look at it, and we have what 10, 12 minutes to discuss. Okay, I'll switch to a better view. But can you download it? So when you download it, you get this PDF.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
downloaded it.
Mhm. So, first question, telic or atelic?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second, state or event?
Yeah.
And what kind of diagnostic there is?
Yeah.
Okay, coreference, Regis distinction.
Okay.
4, telic or atelic?
Yeah.
Fifth, polysemy or homonymy? And what
Mm.
kind of diagnostic? What do we do to diagnostic? 1 or 2 diagnostic principles?
Yeah.
6 is types of signs.
Mm-hmm.
That should be easy. 7 is componential analysis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And 3 definitions.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can print it, write it down with your hand and scan,
Yeah. Yeah.
or you can just use this PDF to print it in. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, would you like to start now? And we have 10 minutes and you can ask questions, or would you like me to finish the lesson and you do it as homework and send me the scans?
Yeah, we can do it as homework. Because I guess if we have questions, we can just go back and look at the presentations, right? If we
Yeah, let's
Exactly.
finish
yeah,
the class.
yeah,
Let's do it like
Um,
homework.
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Mind you, actually, I read my email 2 or even 1 time a day, but I see my WhatsApp messages like
All the
continually.
time.
So if you have a question,
Okay.
ask through WhatsApp. Do you
Okay.
have
Okay.
my WhatsApp number?
I
You should
don't.
have.
I think you emailed it to us, but could you
Okay.
email
Yeah.
it to us again? Or
One moment, I'll write it. 1, 3, please. Yes, this is my phone number.
Thanks.
This is my WhatsApp.
Thanks.
is it Israeli number?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. Okay.
So
So
it's
if we get
plus
stuck,
972.
yeah. So if we get stuck, just refer to the slides to help us.
Okay. I mean, if you get stuck, you tell me and I'll give you a hint. Okay?
Thanks.
But you're not supposed to find the only definition. Just try to express how you understood the concept. Okay?
Yeah.
Maybe with your own words.
Okay.
It's not for a score. It doesn't influence the
Yeah.
final mark.
No, it's just to check. Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Cool. Well, thanks.
Cool. So see you next Monday, and
No, next
have a
Monday is no
Yeah.
class.
So 2 weeks. Yeah.
oh dear. All right. So I'll be waiting for your scans then, and I'll give you feedback.
Great. Thanks.
Okay.
Have a good
Thank you.
Thanks.
week. Hag
You too.
Sameach, and
Thanks, Anna. Yeah.
Dag Sameer.
yeah,
Bye.
bye.